Hi, I'm Coach Michael, former world number 2 and coach of international champions. Now yesterday I made a video with Coach Morgan from the online Archery Academy talking about sight pins, and we talked about many different styles and sizes, and there was one pin we touched on, and then after I finished the video I thought I should add a bit more technical details because the video we made was definitely long enough. It was like over 20 minutes, but there's probably even more information to talk about this sight pin and show you some pictures as well, because in my honest opinion, this is the best recurve target sight pin of them all. First of all, I've got some vacancies in my online coaching school. So if anyone wants some one-to-one online coaching sessions, check out the information in the description. Now back to the video. As you may have gathered from the thumbnail, that sight ring is the Beiter sight tunnel, both in 8mm and 12mm. This sight ring has been around for a long time, maybe even back to the late 90s. I certainly had been using it since the early 2000s when I switched to recurve, and I used this for the vast majority of my success, and definitely for the personal bests that stick out in my brain. So like I said, it comes in 2 sizes. They're both at a very good price. This is not an area where you should try and save some money, considering how much we spend in our sport. If less than $20 is what it takes to get you the best sight pin in the world, then I think that's $20 well spent. And as a coach, I strongly believe you should have one of these sights in your tool bag, and we'll get back to why a little bit later. Now the sight ring itself comes in 4 colors. Personally though, I nearly always choose the black if it's available. It comes in different threads, but of course if we're shooting a recurve with a recurve sight, then we just use the 8/32 thread. And probably most shops won't have the other sizes unless you make a special order. Now both the 8mm and the 12mm come with a wide range of inserts. So not only do you have the housing, you have their ability to change what's inside that housing. They have a really good simple little tool, and you can use that to pop the inserts in and out and try different shapes and different colors. Now these are the colors available, or the different shapes available for the 8mm, and there's some slightly different ones for the 12mm, including some pins that take the sort of glow stick they make, so that's even brighter. Personally, I never feel the need for these, and I just prefer using the housing with some standard inserts. My personal favorite, and the sight pin that I've ordered time and time again, is the 12mm pin with the frame kit, the 12mm frame kit. Now I'm saying that name there because I struggled to find it in some of the shops this morning. As you can see here in Lancaster, it doesn't mention sight tunnel, it just calls it the frame kit. So if you don't know that exact name, sometimes you can't find it. But if I buy the 12mm sight tunnel in black, and then I buy the 12mm frame kit also in black. Now as you can see, this gives me a selection of different sizes. For me personally, the vast majority of my time at 70 meters, I was shooting the 7.5mm one. And to be honest with you, my memory's not the best, but I'm pretty sure that's what I used indoors at 18 meters as well. I think it's what I used to qualify first at the World Indoor Championships with a score of 591 back in 2005, I think it was. It's too long ago to remember. So not only am I recommending this pin as a coach, I've used this as an athlete myself to shoot 591 18-meter feeder and 673 for the 720 round at 70 meters. So I've used it in all of those conditions for many years. So the vast majority of athletes and coaches set up the sight pin so it looks like this. And I totally understand why they do that. You just have the black housing or the black insert surrounding the gold, and certainly many people shoot like this. Now personally, as an athlete and a coach, like I said, I prefer to use the much bigger insert. I prefer to use the 7.5, where at 70 meters I can see the entire target. Just to be clear, I can see all of the different color rings, the white, the black, the blue, everything through the sight ring. And you might be asking, why on earth, Coach Michael, are you shooting that and teaching other people to shoot like that? Well, and here comes the sort of cherry on the top with this sight ring. I can actually shoot better with that large ring. Now, I don't mean just score better. I mean, if you videoed me and looked at my shooting technique, say shooting with a little tiny glow dot or shooting with that large open ring, I actually shoot better with that large open ring. And by that I mean you will see I would have a better release and better follow through and better timing, better speed through the clicker with that large ring than I would with a small aiming dot. And also, just to reassure you, yes, I scored more points as well. But I'm saying it actually made me shoot better, not just aim more accurately. And that's because with the recurve bow particularly, especially when you're using a clicker, especially when you're at long distance, especially when you're under pressure, your brain's natural instinct is, I must aim, I must aim, I must have my sight in the middle. And if it's not in the middle, your brain says, don't shoot. So it slows you up. It makes you be more cautious because your brain is only happy when that sight pin is dead in the middle, because then it thinks, oh, I'm going to shoot a 10, so it's okay. But the perverse action of that is makes you more cautious, makes you more slow, and for me made my release even worse, and it was pretty bad to start with. So shooting with a large open ring actually made me score more. Another way in which this sight pin has helped myself and other students actually shoot better is you can buy a clip-on bubble for it. Now, yes, I know, I can hear you shouting, but you're not allowed to use bubbles in competition. Absolutely true. But using a bubble in practice is a great way of teaching people to keep their bow vertical, because I've had so many students, they've just got a little bit of bow lean and it takes points off your score. I think as a right-handed archer, if I'm leaning this way, it maybe can take like 5 points off your score. But if you're leaning this way with your top limb over towards the left, I honestly believe it can take 15 or 20 points off your score. But without getting feedback, it's a difficult thing to change. Now, of course, if you've got a coach like myself standing there talking to you, telling you, yes, you're straight, a little bit more, it's great. And that's the best way to do it. But the vast majority of us do not have this luxury. So being able to clip on the bubble and use that while you're training, using that, you can even use it probably in the practice of an international tournament if you want. But then you take it off for the competition, but hopefully you maintain that alignment. And also that's another reason why I like the square sight pin. Most tournaments nowadays use square targets, square butts, square foam blocks. So having a straight edge on the side of your sight pin and a straight edge on the side of the target, I really think this gives you a better chance of maintaining your bow upright. And believe me, at 70 meters, little bit of bow lean, if you're doing it inconsistently, you will have left and right arrows all day long. So training with the bubble and then also shooting with a square pin, looking at a square target, can really add some points to your score and help you get those personal bests. With all these points considered, I hope you can see that not only may this sight pin help you aim better, I genuinely believe it can make you shoot better. So why not give it a go? You never know how good you might be.